Yeah, so just prepare to...
It'll be great.
It'll be perfect. Yeah, so just prepare to...
Y'all motherfuckers don't watch us play throughout the year, to tell you the truth. I'm gonna be real with you, and I don't care if I get fined.
That train is off the track.
I feel like you can't just like jump through Neptune and be okay.
Just prepare to...
What the show needs is more dogs and bears and chickens and stuff.
Yeah, so just prepare to be awash in unbeatable goodness.
Welcome, Pacers fans. You're listening to the Undebeatables, your semi-weekly Pacers podcast. This is episode 792. Coming to you from the high school home of Jamison Brewer, I'm the doctor, Jason Triplett. This show, we're talking about the prospects for the currently stable Pacers rotation. Joining me to discuss this are two of our three analysts, coast to coast like buttered toast. First, from Asheville, North Carolina, he's our in-house bartender, mixing up the drinks and the crappy jingles. It's John Yams Colson.
What is up, Pacer Nation? What is up, Undebeatables? Happy Turkey Day. Gobble, gobble.
Gobble, gobble, fool suckers.
Gobble, gobble, fool suckers.
From Tacoma, Washington, out west, it's our enforcer, John Harper.
What is going on, fellas? Shout out all the listeners out there. Appreciate all you guys and friends of the show. Thinking of you all. Mr. Greg Wario. An extra gobble for you, my friend. Hope everyone has a great Thanksgiving.
Absolutely. Shout out to everybody. Hopefully you're safe and celebrating and doing good things. All right, before we start the show, just want to remind listeners they can support the longest running Pacers podcast by heading over to patreon.com/Undebeatables to support our show for as little as $1 per month. That's patreon.com/Undebeatables. Not the Undebeatables. That gives money to somebody completely different. Does cool things. All right. As Pacer fans know, this has been a roller coaster of a season already. We're only, 15, 16, 17 games in at this point. And a slew of injuries. We knew we had a couple coming into the season, for sure. Halliburton, and then McConnell pulled his hammy in the preseason, and then it's just been sort of a beeline, or a a marching line to the training room from then on, right. And an introduction of new players. But we're currently at a state where we've gotten several guys back, and the guys that are still out will be out for a while. So we sort of are at a stability point here. So we're looking at a starting lineup, we think, probably of Nembhard, Ben Shepherd at the 2, Mathern at the 3, Siakam at the 4, and Isaiah Jackson at the 5, it seems like. And then coming off the bench, Jarris Walker, TJ McConnell, of course. Jeremiah Robinson Earl seems to have solidified himself a spot in the rotation. A Huff or a Bradley, one of those two, or both some games. And who else? Who am I missing? I mean, that's about it, right?
That's about it. I think
Garrison Matthews.
Yeah, maybe Garrison Matthews.
Quentin Jackson's still out. Yeah.
Gary Bird. That's right.
So this seems like the rotation. So maybe this is a chance to get some rhythm and continuity. Colson, what do you think are the strengths of this rotation, and what should we be worried about over the next sort of 3-week to month-long stretch?
Well, I mean, I guess looking at this, we're kind of out of excuses of you're playing with guys you've never played with before, because this is going to be the guys moving forward, at least for the near term, but they are completely new lineups. Like, I don't think Isaiah Jackson, Ben Shepherd, Nimhard, Matherin, and Siakam saw a lot of minutes on the floor ever. I mean, Jackson was out most of last year. Yeah, so this is a whole new group of guys. And then J. Huff and Robinson Earl slotting in with Walker, who was kind of on the outside looking in last year. He was kind of the 11th man for us, really, a lot of times last year. So I think it's kind of hard to figure out what this is going to look like, except that we're still big and long. I mean, Jackson's kind of undersized, but he can jump out of the gym. We're kind of a big team, which is good for deflecting things and getting passing lanes, which we did so successfully last year. And we saw a little bit of that in the Cleveland game. So maybe that can be a calling card. Because we're big, maybe we can start out rebounding teams, which is something we didn't do last year. Maybe I'm just a little wishful thinking here. But that'd be nice.
That would be nice.
Yeah, we could use some second chance points for sure.
Sure.
There's also a world in which we just go ahead and start TJ McConnell at 1. And at that point, I mean, you've got a pretty solid starting 5, right? Like, that's an NBA team.
Yeah.
It's going to get pretty thin after that.
I mean, I think that's probably why you keep McConnell off the bench, because our bench falls off real quick if you put TJ in the starting lineup.
Sure. Sure. But, I mean, if you on some level believe that Shepherd can lead your starting 5, why do you not have some faith that he can lead your second 5 or your bench?
I don't think he can lead the starting 5. That was, I think, maybe, Carlisle wanted to see him in that position, or it was done out of desperation. I don't think I'm not sure that was an area of growth for him. I feel like that kind of screwed him
it wasn't
up.
circled in the preseason. I mean, I think you're probably right about that.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that you can't, make some lemonade. I mean, we're going to be short on guards here. And if he's not doing a good job in the starting 5, you might as well start your actual point guard. Or, or you're just going point forward, Isaiah Jackson, Jarris Walker. That's going to be your plan B.
I'm in for point Jarris Walker, but it will be a lot of bumps in that road.
A lot of turnovers on that road.
Yeah, exactly. But could pay long-term dividends in the end,
We've seen that he's a playmaker. He can...
Yeah. He's got
vision.
Oh, for
sure. Yeah. I mean, you got to hope that Shep just, gets out of this funk at some point. I mean, he's shooting 32% from the field overall, 20% from three-point range.
Oof.
Barely gets to the line, obviously. Not even shooting, he's shooting 82% from the line. It's not even good for him. If that turns around, then that helps a lot, right? Because the worry with putting McConnell into the starting lineup, outside of what it does to your bench, is the spacing on the floor gets super tight because nobody respects him, despite the fact that the man is shooting 50% from three-point range this year.
Yeah. And didn't he shoot over 40% last year, too? Like, when he shoots, he hits.
Something like that.
Yeah, but he doesn't shoot that often.
No. But we also don't have... I mean, Pascal Siakam is our low-post threat. It's not like we've got 3 big guys down there that want to bang around anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, the spacing that we created last year is because we had a center who could shoot threes, and Isaiah Jackson can definitely not do that.
I mean, I think my real concern with having McConnell out there is just more minutes, and I'm terrified of injuries at this point. I'm just a little bit shell-shocked. But I'd love to see him go out there and pad his stats this season. He's got to come up with some career highs up and down the board. And, it'd be nice if you could count on him for longer stretches in the game, too. But he's got that Tasmanian devil motor. But in order to play 35 minutes a night, you just can't go like that. It'd be nice if we could get him to a place where we could expect more minutes from him. And it would definitely benefit Shepard to get out of the starting five and not be playing, top tier defenders every night. That has not helped his shooting slump or confidence, I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that, but I think that, you're right. What makes TJ special is that he, guards you, the entire court. He gets that inbound steal. He's getting floor burns, and he just goes, so hard for 10-minute stretches. He's a crazy person, yeah. And I think if you put him in the starting lineup, you lose some of that. I mean, he's done it before, for sure, and quite successfully. He's a heck of a point guard. But I think this is where Ben Shepherd has to figure it out, I guess. I mean, he's got to get out of this slump. And as long as he's playing defense, I guess he can keep that spot. I just don't know because the Nembhard and Siakam were on the team that went to the finals in the starting unit, and Mathurin played a lot of minutes, and Shepherd did too off the bench. I mean, these guys got some real burn. I'm sure his shot will come back, right? It's not just because he's seeing better defenses. It's probably just because he's seeing better defenses.
Oh yeah,
that's part of it, but a lot of it is confidence when you're shooting the ball too. And he's a confident kid, and his fundamentals are good. It's not like he's got some weird campaign shot that doesn't look right.
Right.
It'll come back, but I mean, if we're not starting TJ, we're asking a lot of Ray J. Dennis, I feel like.
Mm-hmm. What about putting Jarris Walker in the starting lineup instead of Shep?
And then you
let him play the 3 or whatever.
Yeah, put Mathurin at the 2. Or
a little bit more length.
Or Jarris Walker at the point and Nembhard at the 2. Why not, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can let Mathurin bring it up the floor. You got to be comfortable with it never touching anyone else's hands.
That's right.
Fair enough.
Yeah, no, I think that
let's get Walker some burn. Put him out there in all the situations.
This is his. Yeah, time to see minutes.
Do you feel like Carlisle trusts Jarris Walker at all? I mean, I guess he's playing 30 minutes a night, somehow.
And he's definitely played down the stretch in some of these games. Hit some shots. Yeah, I feel like the kid's making less and less mistakes.
I mean, he definitely trusts him more than Jeremiah Robinson Earl. So there's that.
He's got a leg up on Gary Bird at this point.
That's right. But in a season like this, all you can do is try and get the young kids some burn and put them in lots of situations and give them chances to fail, really. It's okay if not everything goes perfectly in a season like this, right? And having a little leash to play with as a young player is a rare commodity in the NBA, especially with a coach as great as Carlisle to help you improve in those moments. So, hopefully Jackson, Shepard, Jarris can make the most of this season and really build on where they're at. But it's probably not going to result in a ton of wins right now.
I mean, you forget how young these kids are, really. I mean, they're all 23, Yeah,
they're really.
I think Walker's 22 and Shepard's 24, and then Mathurin and Jackson are 23. Yeah, this is excellent time for them to learn. I think, though, that this team with some rhythm and, with starting to hit some more shots could actually win a few games. This isn't the worst team in the NBA when you're looking at this. Our record is terrible, but it's because most of these guys weren't available until recently. If we just dig in and say this is our squad, and let's say that the J Huff-aissance has started, I think we may put ourselves in a bad position for drafting.
Potentially, yeah.
Which I'd be. I mean, you know, if our young guys start playing really well, I'd be thrilled by that.
Yeah. Well, this team will certainly get better as they just get to know the guy playing them, playing next to them a little bit better, right? We played so many lineups already this season that just there's not a lot of continuity from night to night. So that's definitely part of it. And then the other part is hopefully that length is going to start not only developing into better rebounding, but much better defense. That's one of the other things that I think that you can really work on improving in a season like this is just trying to get better at team defense, and we are not there yet.
As poor as we've been, the Pacers are 6 games out of the play-in at this point. I don't know that that's a goal that's still on the whiteboard for this team, or I don't know what the goal is inside the locker room right now. Like, are they coming out and trying to win every game, or are they trying to develop talent? It seems like they're still trying to win every game at this point.
Yeah. I mean, you can safely try and win every game and not succeed a lot under current conditions. So I don't think anybody's got to say the word tank at this point.
Right. Are we worried about morale on this team? Like, and or confidence? Like, you know, we've seen, hopefully we haven't broken Ben Shepherd, but, you know, you worry about other guys getting into those situations or whatever and losing a little bit of their mojo.
Well, I mean, you know, that Charlotte game and even, you know, staying competitive in that Cleveland game last week, like, the bench was all on their feet and up and cheering, and everybody was really excited to get a win and to you know, being in these games. Like, I think as long as we compete, I think these guys are going to stay engaged. Yeah, you just don't want to roll over, and that's just real disheartening, you know?
Yeah. I think we showed that we've got a great locker room last year. Obviously, we have great leadership at the top. And those are things that can help buoy you through a tough stretch. Hopefully, we don't do any lasting damage, but it's certainly not good for guys' confidence to go out there and just get railroaded every night.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could feel towards, like, the, you know, whatever that was, a 6-game stretch where we lost by 15 or more every night. That by the end of that, the guys were getting a little bit tired of that. I could kind of tell.
Yeah.
Especially Siakam's just like, come on, what are we doing here?
Yeah. He doesn't like losing.
No.
So I think that, Carlisle's got a hard job to keep. They did such a good job building culture in that locker room and sort of just positivity in that locker room last year, actually the last few years, that you don't want all that hard work to just, you know, dissipate or whatever. But it's hard to, these guys are ultra competitors, so it's hard to make them feel happy about things if they're losing. Like, I don't know, did you guys ever watch the Netflix, the starting 5 thing with Tyrese?
Never did.
Okay. Highly recommend. The thing that came through the most in that was, like, for each of these players, anytime they lose a game, they're just in a shitty mood for, like, 2 days, basically. Like, they don't want to be talked to. And so, like, and I mean, obviously those guys are on, like, more competitive teams and stuff like that, but and super duper stars, so I suppose it's different if you follow somebody that's 2-14, you know, and then they lose another game. Like, how more bummed can he be? But
so last year we were 29th in the league in offensive rebounds, and this year we're 4th in the league in offensive rebounds. So the rebounding is getting better, although we're also just missing a lot more. So there's more rebounds to get. But that's a positive thing. We're also overall 4th in rebounds this year. Positive
that is a big
things.
jump.
That is a big jump.
All right. Well, those are some things to, I guess, think about. Another guy we haven't mentioned is Talon Peter, who I feel like every time he gets on the floor, good things happen. So maybe we'll see a little bit more of him. Get him some burn.
Shout out.
Shout out.
No.
All right. And then we wanted to transition to our second topic, which is themed, I guess. So this episode is coming out on Thanksgiving Day, and we have in the past done Undegoogables related to Thanksgiving. I think we've done cornucopia, perhaps. Yam versus sweet potato. But what I wanted to ask, as an Undegoogable, which is probably completely Googleable, is what's the story with the first Thanksgiving? What are we doing here? Of course, the Rockwellian vision of it is that, you know, the kindly Native Americans help out the Puritans, I believe, that were having a hard time growing corn, basically. And so they bring them a bunch of food and they have a big meal featuring turkey and all the other things.
They did not think
and
that through.
Started the tradition of Thanksgiving. And I'm curious how accurate that is. And, you know, where was the first Thanksgiving? What do we got on that?
So I guess I'd always assumed that it's in like near Plymouth Rock. Plymouth?
Okay.
Sure. Okay.
And
That's where
just on the coast there, on the water.
I mean, they didn't get very far.
Near the settlement. The settlement was on the, what is that? There's a bay. Is that a bay? Massachusetts Bay, I guess.
Okay. So yeah, I guess in my head I just felt like they were in the woods a little bit more. And maybe that's the paintings and the drawings. And they
Well,
were
was
having
just
trouble.
all woods back then.
I think to be fair, yeah, exactly. The woods go right up to the wall.
Yeah, okay. They were having trouble. They were having trouble clearing space.
There wasn't a lot of waterfront, you know, property development or anything. So.
Excellent point. Yeah, and they were having trouble planting stuff that would stay alive. It was just all they were starving, right?
Well, I think they didn't get in a full grow season.
Okay,
So,
they showed up
they
late.
weren't doing. Yeah, I don't think they were doing super great.
So, Jason, I don't know if you remember this, but we did a Thanksgiving play in elementary school.
Absolutely, I remember this.
Yeah, and there was, I think the bit was that the Native Americans taught the English settlers how to make popcorn, and that was part of the first Thanksgiving, at least according to our play.
Yep, it was. And I remember that David Hacker realized that you could take like styrofoam peanuts and like squeeze them together and they would make a popping sound and like go around. So that's how we made our popcorn.
Nice.
Do you remember that? No.
I mean, I remember, yeah, like being under the table and popping them over the top. Yeah, we were hiding behind the table, the tablecloth. Yeah, remember that. Yeah. I went down to the canal and found a goose feather, and painted it red. Had a little. I was one of the natives.
Gave yourself some salmonella. It's solid. Yep. Way to celebrate.
It's like that's a good way to commemorate, you know, the interaction between
That's right.
Europeans and Native Americans.
Biological warfare, sure.
Communicable diseases. You know, that's what brings us all together.
Yeah. So did the natives get sick immediately from that meal, or did they get measles right then? Did it take a little while?
Was it smallpox?
Smallpox.
And the measles.
Okay.
It's unclear.
So we're saying Plymouth Rock. We're saying they learned how to make popcorn. Were there turkeys?
And did they
involved?
actually have a turkey? Yeah, that was my next question. Turkeys are definitely prevalent in the New England region.
Okay.
But whether or not that would have been meal of choice.
Well, they're pretty
I
easy
feel like there
to...
was a lot of
cod
seafood going down.
So we're just like doing some fishing or some crabbing.
Tons of fishing.
Lobster.
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 Lobster was at that time so plentiful that they were, when they started building jails, they were feeding it to prisoners. So you just like grab those things out of the ocean. It was so easy, I think.
Okay, so even these starving people could grab them, or again, they had to be taught by the Native Americans, the indigenous people.
I don't know. I don't know if there were actual lobsters or what, but yeah,
I like
do
this
feel
idea, like a little
that was a big
seafood
part
tower.
of the Native American diet at that time, if you're living
Yeah.
near the coast. And I feel like fish are an easier grab than shooting a turkey with a bow and arrow, because
I feel like turkeys are dumb and big and slow.
I mean, they probably
Yeah, they move around in
learned-
groups, I think.
Yeah. They probably learned to fear humans pretty quick after they get shot at.
Probably, yeah. Are they like smart and didn't Benjamin Franklin want them to be the national bird?
Well, that's true. He did. Yeah.
Did.
I mean, they were everywhere, though. That was the thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay. Even if they're smart, like they're plentiful and they're a big target for a bow and arrow.
Sure.
Get a lot of meat out of a turkey.
Yeah, if you're trying to feed a lot of people.
And so, do we think that this was like a unique thing that the native peoples in the region did for the pilgrims, or was it like they were just having their harvest festival anyway? So they were like, "Come join us. It's a harvest festival. Like whatever. We got hella food. Like that's just what we do."
That's a good
just
question,
grew so
because you
much
got to
maize,
think that there's
we don't know what
you
to
got to
do
think that
with
there's the harvest festival is the Thanksgiving, right? Like,
Right, for sure. It clearly comes out of that. Yeah.
yeah.
So they basically just invited them to dinner, right? They were having this big celebration anyway, and they're like,
they're
"Hey,
throwing
you
a
guys
party."
look hungry." That makes a lot more sense than them stumbling upon these starving people and being like, "Hey, let's make a special meal,"
Right, for sure.
Okay. Gives a little bit more.
I'm going with that. That it was
Context.
a harvest festival. The Puritans wander in, they just follow the smell of roasting whatever.
Yeah, just so hungry.
And are haggard and hungry and are just like, please help us. And they're like, sure, here's some corn.
Here's how to
Corn
brine
meal.
a turkey.
Now, if you want to deep fry it, you want to go slow. You don't want to drop that whole thing in there. And you got to thaw it first. Don't drop a frozen
Gotta thaw it
turkey
first.
into
That's right. That's helpful. People might be listening to this too late. We should have done this advisory on the Monday show.
Thanksgiving safety tips.
This podcast comes out at 6:30 in the morning, so they should be listening by 6:45. But it's on there.
That's all right. So Harper thinks there was seafood there, and I'm gonna guess that. See, I'm going seafood towers. I like that, and
Just
ceviche.
A little ceviche. Okay, according to what is Google's AI, Gemini, first Thanksgiving refers to the 1621 harvest feast in Plymouth, Massachusetts. Nailed
Nice.
it.
Nailed it.
Shared between pilgrims and the Wampanoag. 3-day event. It was a celebration of a successful harvest after the pilgrims' difficult first year in America.
so, but was that at the behest
It was-
of
The Wampanoag.
who's the
No, so
organizer? Who's the
it's-
party organizer?
The feast was shared between the colonists and the Wampanoag. And the
So
event
they already
was,
had an alliance of some kind.
It was a celebration of the colonists' first successful corn harvest.
Okay, so they actually were able to put something together.
Yeah. The meal included fowl, venison, seafood, and the colonist corn crop. It did not include turkey pies or other desserts.
There's no turkey, though, huh?
No turkey. Fowl, but not turkey. Pheasants, I would imagine.
Ducks.
Chickens?
Duck.
According to Gemini, there were 5 deer. I don't know how we got to exactly 5 deer, but yeah, that's my AI overlords are telling me.
Some good, good sleuthing.
So yeah, they were already buddies. There was already an alliance, right? The Wampanoag were rooting for these idiots to figure out how to grow corn, and then they all celebrated together.
Do you guys remember learning that one of the secrets to grow corn was to like put a fish like in the like near the roots or something like that? I don't know why.
Nope.
That is an image that has always stuck in my head. I don't know where that came from. So probably don't try that at home. It's a waste of fish.
It's supposed to be good for the soil of some sort? Is that the idea?
Yeah, I think that's what I probably just made that up.
Puritans are often thought of having silver buckets on their shoes or buckles on their shoes and wearing somber black clothing. But their attire was actually bright and cheerful with no shoe buckles.
Interesting.
What about buckles on their hats?
I don't know. I don't think if you're not employing buckles on the thing that needs a buckle, you're not going to be storing an extra buckle on your headgear.
Extra buckle, okay. So no buckles, huh?
No buckles. And the Puritans were, of course, the Pilgrims, but they would have referred to themselves as Puritans, probably.
Yeah.
And the peace lasted for a generation.
And then everything fell apart very quickly.
And then everything fell apart very, very quickly. Yep. Things got very bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
so 5 deer again.
Yeah.
History
It's
that
very
time.
specific.
That was an offering from the Wampanoag.
Okay. So that's why we know that number.
William Bradford, who was the colony's governor, had sent 4 men on a fowling mission in preparation for the 3-day event. So they came back with a bunch of fowl.
In 1863, President Abraham Lincoln declared 2 national Thanksgivings.
Whoa.
One in August to commemorate the Battle of Gettysburg, and the other in November to give thanks for general blessings.
Okay.
Okay.
So what happened to the...
I guess not military
Gettysburg?
generals. I don't know.
Another Thanksgiving for sergeants. Yeah, they're guessing that mussels were probably a part of the feast. Lobster, bass, clams, and oysters might have also been part of the feast. According to Edward Winslow, who was a colonist, our bay is full of lobsters all the summer and affordeth a variety of other fish. In September we can take a hogshead of eels in a night with small labor, and can dig them out of their beds all winter. We have mussels at our doors. Oysters we have none near, but we can have them brought by the Indians when we will.
Okay, so
Okay.
to do a true Thanksgiving, we should all be having mussels and venison
Yep.
and corn.
Maybe. According to historian Michael Gannon, St. Augustine, Florida was founded with a shared Thanksgiving meal on September 8th, 1565.
Whoa.
56 days before the Plymouth colony celebrated it, though it did not become the origin of the national tradition.
Oh yeah, at Temuka, or the Temuka Indians. Temukua, sorry. All right. Well, that was helpful. I feel like I learned something. Yeah. So, have a little shellfish.
Yeah. I'm bummed about the no buckles thing.
Colson, you can wear all the buckles
Yeah.
you want. On
You
your
were
Thanksgiving.
ready for that to come back into fashion.
I was.
Maybe it won't.
I mean, I at least got to wear it once a year, you know? I love the buckles
Yeah.
on my hats, on my shoes.
So much buckles.
So much buckles. And I feel like our costumes were inaccurate in our elementary school play now. Because we definitely had buckles on the hats.
That was inaccurate.
That was key. It's how you knew you were a pilgrim, was the buckle hat.
That's right.
That's right. That's right.
Otherwise, you were just goth.
Oh, man. All right. Well, everybody enjoy your Thanksgiving meal. And until we see you next time, we want to thank you on this Thanksgiving Day for listening. You can keep in touch with us on Twitter at Undebeatables. We're on Facebook.com/TheUndebeatables. You can email us, shoutout at TheUndebeatables.com. We've got a website with a contact form, TheUndebeatables.com. And while you're there, hop over to the merch page. Get yourself a t-shirt.
For the architect, Donnie Walsh, and the Pacers' first couple, Nancy and Bobby Sick Leonard. Happy Thanksgiving!
Woohoo! Eat that lobster. Colson's look like he's got a joke.
I'm working.
He's looking for the button so hard.
Yeah. I'm feeling shellfish about my Thanksgiving wishes. I'm thankful for the team, despite how hard a year it's been. And I'm proud of them muscling through.
Well done.
Go Pacers.
Happy Thanksgiving!
Happy Thanksgiving. Go Pacers.